evening. My name is Zhou Jingxing. I'm the political counselor at the Chinese Embassy. Thank you for coming to the reception hosted by Ambassador Cui Tiankai to bid farewell to DCM Minister Deng Hongbo and Madame Shi Ling. We are very glad to have with us this evening government officials from the White House, the State Department, the Pentagon, the Justice, and the Commerce Departments. And we're also very pleased to see many friends from the universities, think tanks, former government officials, from the business community, local Chinese community, and also the Chinese students and scholars who are studying in the United States. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence this evening. Without further delay, now I have the honor to invite His Excellency Ambassador Cui Tiankai to speak a few words.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Chinese Embassy. Thank you very much for coming to this special event tonight. Today we are having this farewell party for two of my close colleagues and friends, Minister and DCM Deng Hongbo and his wife, Chancellor Shi Ling. They are going back to China very soon after working here in the embassy for almost 3 years. So let me begin by expressing my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to both Hongbo and Shi Ling for your dedication and exemplary service to the country, and for the friendship and support you gave me personally. Hongbo is one of the best U.S. hands in China's foreign service. He has been handling this relationship for over 17 years and worked in the embassy for over 9 years for 2 separate tours. He has a clear understanding of the United States foreign policy and a deep appreciation of this great country and its people. That's why his analysis and recommendations are always highly valued back in Beijing. And Hongbo is also one of the most diligent persons I have ever known. He virtually runs the embassy all year round, even on weekends and holidays. I really wonder if he has had any real holidays or weekends over the years. And he's been DCM to both my predecessor, Ambassador Zhang Yeshui, and myself. And he has become our most trustworthy and reliable deputy. I think Hongbo is the kind of DCM that every ambassador would dream to have. And with such a DCM, it's easier to be the ambassador. But of course, Hongbo himself makes an outstanding ambassador, as he already did in Kenya. And I'm quite sure in the not so distant future, he will come back here in that capacity. And it's been observed that for every man with a great mind, there are always a woman with a warm heart, standing behind them or sometimes beside them. And this is also true for Hongbo and Shi Ling. In addition to standing behind or beside Hongbo, Shi Ling herself is a professional, experienced, outstanding, and wonderful diplomat. She's been doing our relations with African countries for many years and also worked on international security issues. Since she came here, she's been working with the congressional staff and made so many friends on the Capitol Hill. And I don't think I have to remind you, Capitol Hill is not the best place to make friends. And also she has another hat, very important hat. She is the principal of the Embassy's Sunshine Elementary School, and she has been taking very good care of the boys and girls of our staff members. I'm sure the kids, as well as their parents, will miss you very much. Today is exactly 4 months since my arrival here in Washington, D.C. And in the last 4 months, together with Hongbo, Celine, and other colleagues in the embassy, and together with our American colleagues, we have made a lot of progress in our relationship, and we have made a lot of achievements for which we are all so proud of. We feel very sorry that Hongbo and Celine are leaving us, but we know they are going back to take up even more important responsibilities. And it's indeed reassuring to know who is giving instruction to us from Beijing. So tonight here, I don't want to say goodbye to them. I'd rather say it in Chinese, 再见, because literally it means see you again. So you are most welcome to come back here to visit all your old friends here, both in the embassy and in Washington, D.C. and in America. And we do look forward to your returning to join us again. And I'm quite sure you will not leave the rest of your family here for very long. So, with all best wishes, now let me give the floor to Hongbo. I know you have a lot to say at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Cui Tiankai, for your warmest remarks and nice words about my wife and me. I'm really moving a lot, and I most sincerely thank you for those words that I feel only humbled, but I would rather take it as a special encouragement and a spur on me to make great efforts in the future. And I most sincerely thank you for hosting this reception in honor of us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, thank you so much for coming on such a Friday evening to join us here so that my wife and I will have an opportunity to bid farewell to all of you. It's a great honor for all of us, especially for my wife and me. We are about to leave back to Beijing next week on completion of the tenure of office. I appreciate so much all the insistence and good wishes from all of you and support and understanding from all of you over the past 3 years. Your presence today really means a great deal to my wife and me. Just Ambassador said that I've served for my country in this embassy for 2 tours in the past 9 years. My first tour of service in this embassy started from 1999 and went through to 2005. The second term, that is this term, started from October 2010. And I think these 9 years of service here in the embassy have been so enjoyable for me that it would be one of the most rewarding, exciting, and memorable experiences in my career at the Foreign Service. If I may, I've already come in bottom of my heart as a Washingtonian, like many of you friends present here tonight. I will bring back to Beijing many warm memories about all the experiences I have here, enjoying so much the friendship and support from all of you. As someone who have worked on this relationship for almost 20 years, I'm very glad to see that we did make big strides in the development of our relationship over the past decades. Especially what we have achieved so much in the past 3 years. There are ups and downs in the relationship, in the history of the relationship, in our relationship. There will be continuously some bumpy ways ahead. But if you look at the past history of the relationship, the general tendency is moving forward, owing to the joint efforts of our two sides and the understanding and support of so many friends like you, here and there. I think one of my deepest impressions working for US-China relations today is sometimes when I look at the two joint statements that are familiar to many of you present here, issued respectively in 2011 and 2009 and 2011, when President Obama visited China and President Hu Jintao visited the United States. You must have a deep impression about the broadness and in-depth of the relationship today that is really unprecedented. And I'm very pleased to see with our joint efforts, we have really moved this relationship forward a lot in the past 3 years. We have closer and more frequent engagement at the highest level between our two presidents. We've had worked together to ensure continued success of such important mechanism of dialogue as SED, JCCT, high-level consultation on people-to-people exchanges, and also newly created important mechanisms like strategic security dialogue, like the Governors Forum, as well as the most recently held first meeting of the working group on cybersecurity, and it's so on and so forth. I would say a robust and ever-growing trade and economic cooperation between our two countries. And last year, the total trade volume reached almost $500 billion. We've seen very steady improvement of the military relationship and also a very deepening cooperation at the subnational level and also the people-to-people exchanges. We've also worked together on a number of wide range of regional and global issues. So all of that, we have witnessed together over the past 3 years a lot of big events in our relationship. Among them, I would like to mention particularly the important visit by President Hu Jintao to this country in 2011, and President Xi Jinping's visit here in February of 2012, when he was the Vice President. And most recently, most importantly, the historical meeting between the two presidents, President Xi and President Obama, at Sundance, California. I think during their meeting, the two presidents agreed upon to build a new model of major country relationship between China and the United States, which really charted the right course for the future development of our relationship.